I'm Chris Afonso from Ablevision, and we're at Fenway Park, and I'm here with Lily for the second annual Quilt-A-Thon. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go in and see what's going on.
Well, the event today is a Quilt-A-Thon, and it's our annual fundraising event, and we get a ton of quilters together to make quilts for about 8 hours, and all of the quilts will be later donated.
We're just volunteering. It's our first time doing this, so we're actually just trying to organize it by color for everyone who's actually doing all the sewing. And then there's different stations as the pieces of the quilt start to come together.
I'm here to help make quilts for children, just so they have something for themselves if they're sick or they maybe don't have a home of their own right now, or maybe their parents are overseas in the services. Well, I don't actually quilt, so I'm helping cutting some fabric. Right now we're cutting up some t-shirts that are going to be used for panels in the quilts. Josh is my student. I'm a para in a school in New Jersey, and he was in the hospital for quite a long time. And I told Kate's dad about the story about my friend, who's also an avid Red Sox fan. Kate heard the story and she sent him a quilt right away, and I brought it to him as soon as I got it, and he was just so thrilled, and he uses it all the time. And I have pictures of him with his quilt while he's in the hospital, and now that he's home, he just loves to have the quilt.
Sometimes I make them by hand and it takes months, but these ones have to go into the washing machine, so they have to be made by machine and be really strong. Well, the fabric can be like paint. You can make pictures, and I like to make Fenway Park quilts. That's my favorite thing.
I'm a particularly new quilter. I've only been quilting for a couple of years, and the people that are the experts are behind me at their machines as we speak. They have taught me an awful lot about quilting and matching seams and making things look perfect. And when I once made a mistake, my friend Nancy said, "Nope, that just won't do. You have to rip it out and start over again." So I did, and that's how I learned.
This special ruler and a special cutter, so I can cut it very easily like that. Because if they aren't square, they won't match up correctly. So I could put them together like that, and I'll have a bigger triangle. See how you can do it so you can make all different kinds of designs. So it looks like an arrow. So there's the star or spiral. Yep, red diamond. Yeah. Cool, right? And then I lay this piece on top, exactly where I want it to be. I take this hot iron and I touch it, and it dries the glue. Now it will stay in place while I'm sewing it. And when I'm finished sewing it, it will be perfect. It will be exact. I guide it with my hands. That's great. That's the perfect amount of pressure. And I just guide it along the side of my presser foot.
What a fantastic job.
I am putting together a quilt that is made up of multiple different blocks, and in the center we're going to have a picture of a t-shirt from Papelbon. 6 1/4 inch blocks. I'm sewing them together, and I've got a pattern right here, so they're basically going to be alternating. So this is the row that I've finished already. Well, I think it's a great cause. I actually really enjoy sewing. I've made several quilts on my own, and you know, I just thought it would be a great way to spend my afternoon.
Well, right now I'm the gopher for my team, but this is a kit that I can take home and make another quilt. So I'll do that when I get home. All the colors come in the kit. Everything comes in the kit.
Oh, it's a kit?
And then you cut the sweatshirt, the t-shirt to match the size.
Oh, you just add the colors to them.
And then the directions are there.
And you are the one that sewed this piece?
Yes, I did. I put it all together this morning.
How long did it take you to do this?
About an hour and a half. I've been quilting for a very long time, and one of the things I love to do with quilting is make charity quilts.
How did this organization start?
Well, I started making quilts for some kids at the Jimmy Fund Clinic, and I really enjoyed doing it, and the kids really loved them, and so did their parents and their families. So I decided to expand and make more quilts for kids, found some fellow quilting friends, and now we've become this great organization. We've donated 400 quilts so far to organizations housing and assisting children in need throughout the Boston community.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Carol Goodman, Executive Director of Hospitality Homes.
I'm Shannon Heckathorn, Director of Development and Communications for Hospitality Homes.
Well, Hospitality Homes' mission is very close to the mission of Wrapped Up in Sports. We provide free housing for families coming to Boston for medical care.
So we have a network of 130 host homes in the Boston area, all over Brookline, Cambridge, the entire city, and these are people that open their homes to families in need, and so that's partly how we got involved. And so those families will be distributing quilts to the patients in their homes.
Help children and their families from 48 states and many, many countries all over the world. So those quilts will travel home.
You want a picture with Wally?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, what? Wow, whoever knew mascots can sew.
I was going to say, he's fast.
Wow! I'm amazed.
There you go. There you go.
Wow. Whoever knew he could sew that fast.
See? He can sew with those big hands. You could do it.